welcome everyone to today's webinar. My name is Juliet, also known as Crypto Queen. So I have on this call my able leader, Alex AC, founder of Digital Words Academy, and I have our able facilitator, Newton, Mr. Newton, who will be anchoring today's class. And I also know I have some of our leaders, Emmanuel, Siri, and all that have been part of our academy. We want to recognize your presence. So today, this webinar is brought to you by Crypto Queen Academy and Digital Wealth Academy. And we want to recognize our new members. So today, if today is your first time of being part of our webinar, please, can we get in the chat box, today is my first time. We want to specially welcome you to today's webinar and would also believe that you are not leaving here empty-handed. And to our old members who has been following our lectures, we specially welcome you. So for the purpose of today's webinar, we would be continuing our topic on technical analysis. So we've covered lots on technical analysis. We've done chart pattern, we've done candlestick, we've treated various types of candlestick and how useful they can be in making trade decision. And today we will be covering chart pattern. So before I hand over to just a summary of technical analysis, what it means. So if you've been a trader or if you are new here, just a little summary of what technical analysis stands to represent. So it is simply nothing but a framework in which traders study price movement by using past history or market statistics. So in technical analysis, we have them broken into various parts, like we have itemized how we will be taking them. Like I said, we've covered chart candlestick, we're into chart pattern now. We want to repeat this class like the one that was treated last week. We're going to repeat part of it to be able to accommodate others who missed. So chart pattern are nothing but basics, like it is a basis of technical analysis. So it requires traders to know exactly what they are looking at and as well as what you are looking for. So for you to trade chart pattern, you must know what you are looking for and what you are looking at. So it also helps traders to know, understand, or suggest what price might do next. So when you understand the various type of chart pattern, it's going to help you to know what market will do next. So without wasting much of our time, I'm going to hand over to our facilitator for today, who will take us practically on this course. So I would encourage us to pay attention. We would not be taking too many questions at the end of today's class because of what we have to offer at the end of our webinar today. So maybe at the end of the Zoom, we will take like 1 or 2 questions, then we will continue picking questions from the group. So I encourage you to pay attention to today's class, and so that at the end, your time here wouldn't be in vain. Please, like I said, we plead for your maturity. Don't unmute yourself until you are asked to unmute. So I hand over to our leader, Mr. Newton. You can take over the class. Thank you.
All right, Julia, thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. And also thank you to my able leader, Alex. All right, people, it's another time on the chart today. Like we used to do, it's going to be an interactive section. We'll do few of just very little of theory, and then we'll do more practicals on the chart. In form of a reminder, the last time we treated, subsequent classes we've talked about candlesticks and candlesticks patterns, and we actually expatiate the importance of, being able to know and recognize these candles and the patterns that they form. We said a lot of people tend to, overlook this part, and it tends to be the most important part of trading. It is very, very important, because the thing is, what you see on the chart are different kinds and types of candles. So if you can't recognize these candles and what patterns they form, then how would you communicate with the charts that you see before you? These candles forms this chart. Okay, and that chart is graphical representation of different candles. So please, if you've not seen that video, I urge you to go back on our channel and then look for candlesticks and candlestick. I think candlesticks anatomy thereabouts. We cover everything that you need to know on candles, okay, and how you can identify them on the chart. It is very, very important. Trust me. By the time we move on to market structure, then you would understand why I said candlesticks patterns is very important. I'm actually stressing this because of how important it is that you should know. Okay, and tonight you'll be seeing how those candles would as well play out and why they are very, very important. I will continue to stress that word important. Now, we have several types of chart patterns. Okay, chart patterns are just patterns that you see your chart forming. Okay, we have different forms of chart patterns. Okay, but we have the widely 10 patterns that you commonly see on the. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Okay, so the 10 most seen on the chart and most widely used on the chart are the ones we'll be talking about tonight, because these ones comes on the chart very, very often. Okay, now, so the first one we'll be looking at is head and shoulder. Without telling you or explaining what head and shoulder means, of course, you know what we mean. We have, as humans, we have head and we have two shoulders. We have the right and left, the right and the left shoulders. So you see something like that on the chart, you know, you see something like that appear on the chart. So look at this, just look at this. Now, what this means is price was actually buying. Okay, price was buying. So price was in an uptrend. An uptrend means price moving upward. Okay, price was actually moving upward. So exactly what we're seeing here. Okay, now price was actually moving up from here. Price was going up, going up, going up, and at this point, price was made a high. Remember, when we talked about candlesticks, we said a candle looks like this. You see why I said candlesticks actually very important? We say a candle looks like this. Then we have shadows, okay? And these two shadows represent what? The high and the low, okay? While we have, in the case of a bullish candle, we have the open, okay, price, and then we have what? A closing price. And this whole square or rectangle, whatever shape you want to call it, this whole represent the body of the candles. Now look at what applies here. So when price started moving from here, there was a low point. Okay, this was a low price started from. Okay, and our price moved all the way up. Okay, notice the zigzag form. Price was moving. Price don't go just in a straight line. Like price do something like this. Okay, all right. Now, so price moved up and then did what? This was a low point, and this was what? The high point. Price got to. Okay, like I told you, anything that goes up always comes down. So when price makes any parabolic move to the upside, there's always a pullback. So price moved, made this high, okay, from the high here, and then pulled back. Look at the pullback. Price pulled back here. Now notice something. Though we've not talked about what I'm going to say now, but then just put your mind to it so that when we talk about it, it becomes very clear. Now there's a line here, okay, a straight line here. Now this line is called what? It's called the support. Now, when price made its first move and then pull back, notice how price did what? Notice how price will actually touch the line here. Okay, this is how you begin to take note of how this pattern forms and how you can take advantage. Okay, I'm going to be very, very slow with this explanation because this is very important. So my aim here is just for you to just get the concept, and that's all. Then go and do a lot of back testing on the chart. Now, price made a low point from here. All right, and then moved up. So once price moved up, this was a move and then pulled back. When price pulled back, price actually formed it, you know, touched this line. There was a low here. So this is another low point. Okay, now price now moved to the upside from this low point and went up and then came here towards to form a high. Okay, this was the highest point. High means the highest point price got at the time before a pullback, you know, happened. Okay, so So literally, we can actually call this place another high, okay? The price moved up from this high, came back here, formed a low, then what again, did what? Then move up, formed another high, and then did what? Came back all the way down, and then formed another low here. And I watch how, just watch price, how price start into this what? This straight line, okay, this straight line. And then price did what again? Moved all the way up, came back here to form another high. Now notice something. You would notice that the previous high price formed, okay, was actually taken out by the new high. If we draw this line to this point like this, we see that price actually invalidated this other high and then create this high, okay? So this is another highest point price got to after the first high, and there was a pullback. The price made another move to the upside and then went to form another high. And this high happens to be what? To be higher than the previous high, than this previous high it be. And then price did what? Price came all the way down, okay, all the way down to come and form another low. So which means that for every high formed, there's a low. Every high formed, there's a low. Every high formed, there's a low. Zigzag, 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 zigzag. So that's price direction, you know, in a bullish, in an uptrend, okay? So, all right. Now, so when price touches here, price made another move to the up. Now, watch what happens. There was another high, but this time, this high didn't actually pass, or did not invalidate this high, okay? Now, look at it. Just look at this. This is just a typical example of what? An head and shoulder. Look at the head and look at the two shoulders. Now, we have the left shoulder here, and what? We have the right shoulder here. Okay, this is exactly what you see on the chart. And then we have this place as what? As the neckline. It's called the neckline because we have multiple times price has had a reaction here. Okay, it's called the neckline. Okay, called the neckline. Now, this is how you actually spot this pattern, depending on what time frame you're in. Okay, so this is one chart patterns. Now, in the scenario where you see something like this, it just quickly brings your mind to, okay, this is a reversal pattern, and it is called a bearish reversal pattern. Okay, in the sense that price was actually making a move to the upside. So price making a move to the upside simply means that the price is bullish, price is going up. So, you know, like price has been selling and has been buying. So you're like, okay, you're not on the chart where price has been buying and price has really moved. So you're like, okay, if price has actually moved, and there should be an opportunity for me to go to sell. So what I should be looking at for is a reversal pattern. Okay, now reversal means the point where price would need to what? To start selling back. That's a turning point for a price. For price to start what? Descending, start selling to the. So you'll be watching out for a reversal pattern. So head and shoulders, you know, seems to be one of the reversal pattern you can actually, you know, look out for. I hope you guys can hear me very clearly. Please pay attention to what I'm saying. Please, if you can hear me, please just type yes quickly in the chat box, so I'll know that you guys can actually hear me very well. Please type yes in the chat box if you can hear me. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. All right, so head and shoulder is a bearish reversal pattern. Please, I will continue to stress this so that it is sync. Okay, please take your notes down, or perhaps after this video, go on the channel and go and rewatch this video, and then rewatch over and over again until you get what is being said in the video. All right, so that is it about head and shoulder. Now, take notes. How do you use this head and shoulder? This is how you use head and shoulder. So once you're able to spot this pattern, it means that, okay, reversal is about to happen. All right, now we'll be talking more on using this reversal out to, no, it's not going to be now, but I'm just giving you an oversight of what you should expect. Okay, now, so let's just hold on there to this pattern. So this is what a reversal pattern looks like, a bearish reversal pattern looks like, and it is called head and shoulder. Okay, now the next thing we'll see is we'll start to see price descending to the downside. Okay, so now let us move to the other patterns that we have. Okay, let's move on to the other patterns that we have. I want us to talk less and then jump on the chart. So I will show you how this guys works on the chart, live chart. Now, The next one we'll be talking about is what is a double top. A double top is another pattern that traders use to highlight trend reversals. Typically, an asset price will experience a peak. Yes. Now, the whole of this grammar in a simple and short form, this guy is just saying that once you spot patterns like this, two equal eyes. Sometimes the eyes are actually not equal, but they are almost significantly what high, equal, very, very significantly equal. Okay, it tells you that okay, and then shoulder is forming. Sorry, I said that shoulder was even wrong with me. A double top is forming. So double top is another bearish reversal pattern you want to look out for. You see, price made a move up, came back here, touched this neckline, all right, moved again, form an equal eye with this guy, and the next thing you see is you see a tsunami down the drain. Price will begin to go down the drain. Yes, that's because it has actually formed a pattern. So now another thing you should pay attention to is now as you tend to spot out these patterns, there's always a question, a logical thought behind you being able to spot these patterns. Okay, now you spot this pattern. So the thing is, the question would now be, okay, now what is this pattern trying to tell me? What information is this pattern trying to tell me? Passing to me. Okay, now remember that in the market, it is always the battle between what? The buyers and the sellers. Okay, one currency against the other. All right, the one for the buyers for one currency and the seller for one. So there's always a battle between them. Okay, sellers want to drag that, oh, I'm in control of the market, I'm in control of the market. Buyers also want to come in and tell you that I am in control of the market. You get it? So now, so in the scenario whereby buyers actually took over the market at some point, and then before you know it, seller jumps on the market and decides to say, yes, we have the liquidity now to sell this market. We are in control. So at this point in time, spotting this kind of pattern tells you that okay, sellers are about to take over the market. So you as a smart trader, all you just need to do is position yourself and then write this whole thing down the drain. Okay, it's as simple as that. Application of these will come in later by the time we've gone far into technical analysis. So what we're just doing tonight is just recognizing these patterns and then see how they look like on live chart. All right, so let us move to the next patterns that we have. Now, so far we've talked about head and shoulder, which happens to be a bearish reversal pattern. Now we're moving on to what? We've moved on to a double top, which also happens to be a reversal pattern. Now the next one we'll be moving on to what is, next one is what? A double bottom. So double bottom is just inverse of double top. Okay, that's opposite of what happens on double top. Okay, no too much explanation to that. We know double top to be something like this, then double bottom is what? Something like this. Just very simple. Okay, now always take note of what? The neckline. Neckline simply means that where price meets, okay, had a reaction there and went down. Okay, this is what? The neckline. All right, now this double bottom simply tells you that okay, buyers are what? Are now in control of the market. At some point the sellers were actually busy selling the market, so buyers said no, it's enough, it's our turn to take over the market, and then what? It took over and price moved up. All right, now if you were in our last class when we talked about candlesticks pattern, now I want to show you something. I want to show you how important this candles. You see these tiny things you're seeing that is so underrated. Now look at this. Buyers, sellers were actually selling the market, and then a pattern formed to tell you that okay, this is a clue that buyers are in the market. Now, what would give you okay the confidence to jump on this market? Okay, now what will give you this confidence is what? Candlesticks pattern. This is chart patterns. Okay, now candlesticks patterns. Now we talked about 10 or 11 or 12 candlesticks patterns, if I can remember, in our last video, our last class, which we have a video on our channel. Okay, now price came here, touched this, and then came back here. Now, even before price formed this other last part. Let's say from here like this, from this part like this, okay? Because of the fact that I am used and conversant with these patterns, because I've studied them, I've cramped them, I can identify them on a chart. Now, so in the process of price what forming this pattern, okay, I already know, okay, oh, this guy is about to form a W pattern. This is a W. Why the double top, okay, this double top is called what? The M pattern. Always take notes. When you hear people say hem pattern, what they mean by is double top, okay? And then double bottom is what? W pattern, okay? Now, before or a butterfly, this is more like a butterfly. So before price would actually completely form this W, I already know what price is actually about. From this fact that price came down here, touched this, came down. And now, look at this scenario. Now, let me tell you what is going to give me the confidence to jump on this trade. That's because I have spotted a candlestick patterns that tells me what price is going to do next. Remember, in our last class, where we talked about candlestick anatomy, we said we have the bullish candle and also we have the bullish engulfing candle and the bearish engulfing candle. And we'll talk about the importance of this candle and what they form. Okay, and it tells you or give you information about what's going to happen here. So in this scenario, this is a bullish engulfing candle. Okay, for those of us who are in the last class, I'm going to be asking questions on candlesticks patterns at any point in time that I see or spot one. So this, I told you, this is going to be interactive. So be prepared if you're in the last class when we talked about candlestick anatomy and patterns. All right, so now this has given me confirmation. Now I've got two confluence. Confluent means I've got two reasons why I should jump on that trade. First of all, I was able to spot this pattern even before it completely forms. Two, I was also able to locate a candlestick pattern that tells me or gives me the confidence to jump on the trade because of the fact that I spot a bullish engulfing candle. Look at it here. It's just here. This is a bullish engulfing candle, which tells me that, okay, buyers are in the market. Now, it's about time we ride this market to the upside. It's just very simple. Okay, very simple, right? And easy to locate. It just takes some time to practice. Now, let us move to the next one. And now the next one is not this guy is not all the time spotted. Okay, but then each time you see, trust me, the parabolic, the way price actually moves, the volatility price takes to move is always very, very high. And that is the time you want to be in the market because you make so much money at that point in time. And I look at it just from the name implies rounding bottom. Look at it as it forms. Okay, it's just very simple to look at this thing. Now, when this guy is actually busy forming as a smart trader, what you should be looking out for is what is candlesticks pattern. Now we have two categories of traders. I mean entry, yeah, of entry or perhaps trading style. Some people would wait, okay, because remember this is a neckline. Some people will wait for this neckline to be invalidated before they jump on the trade. Okay, so we call those sets. We call the set of people conservative traders. Okay. They are scared, they are not really too confident, they just want to see a particular thing happen before they jump. So they will wait for this neckline to be broken and then price closed above before they jump in on a trade. But why the aggressive ones, we start to look for an opportunity right from this point because they already know that this pattern is forming. Okay, they already know that this pattern is forming. Now, from the whole of this, I could spot several candlestick patterns that would give me confidence to jump on this trade even before this guy breaks, and this will give me an edge over this guy here. Me being an aggressive guy will have an edge because I'll be able to what? I'll be able to collect so many pips here. I'll have made so much money even before this neckline is broken. So that's the difference between an aggressive and a conservative trader. So look at it. Look at these two candles, this red and green. Okay. These two candles tells me, talks about what? Wait, let me mark this very well. So I actually suck at drawing. So let me just these two candles, this red candle and this green candle tells me that this is what feasible. Oh, I said I was going to make this interactive. All right, no problem. I'm still going to ask a question now. So you guys unmute your mic. I'm going to ask a question. So I've already given an expose on this. So this is a tweezer bottom. Now look, now look at the next one. Look at the next two candles beside the tweezer bottom. What pattern, candlestick pattern is that?
Bullish engulfing.
God bless you.
Bullish engulfing, sir.
Remember we said on the bullish engulfing that the green candle will always engulf what? The red candle. All right? We talked about that. Remember. Okay. So you see, now look at the point where we spotted these candles. It was actually at the what? At the discount, like at a very, very good spot. Imagine I just at this, when the price was busy forming this running bottom. So imagine what if it's in the crypto, imagine how many percentage you will have backed even before this length line was broken. And then come to our forex. Imagine how many pips you will have backed. Okay, and the confidence you would even use, you might be able to use some reasonable lot size here based on what this confirmation on this pattern even before now. So imagine what you will have been able to secure, at this point in time. So it is very important as you're paying attention to patterns and other conferences, pay critical attention to candlesticks patterns. Very important. Very important. I'm going to be showing you this on the live chart. So let's move over to the next chart part. Okay. Let's move on. We have let's count them so that we know how many of them. We have 1, head and shoulder. We have 2, double top. We have 3, double bottom. Then we have 4, rounding bottom. And then we'll take 2 more and then we'll jump on the live chart. Okay. Now, the next one in line is cup and handle. Please, at the time I would want to ask questions, that's when I would want you guys to unmute. Please mute yourself, everyone. When I ask questions, then we all can actually unmute. All right. So now the next one in line is what's cup and handle. And as the name implies, you can see the pattern. See, this is the cup side of it. This is the cup side of it, and then this happens to be what? Sorry, what is wrong with my stuff? And then this happens to be what? The handle. Okay. Now let us look at let's take note of something. Now, when this guy forms, okay, and then cut off this and then form this handle. Now there's something happened here. Something happens here. Now there is a candlestick pattern here. Can someone tell me what this candlestick pattern is? This two, this red and this gray. Can anybody tell me from the audience? If you're in our candlesticks anatomy class, can you tell me what this candle is? This one, this red one, this big red, and this green.
Is that bearish engulfing?
Nope.
It's bullish Arami.
Bullish Arami, thank you so much. Please, who is the person to answer that question? Please, what's your name?
It's Festus.
Okay, Mr. Festus, thank you so much. You've been really observing. This is a bullish Arami. A bullish Arami will only give you a long red candle, okay, that tends to engulf what? A green candle. Even if the green candle is up to this point, okay, as long as this guy is higher here and then here, okay. All right, so now that's a bullish Arami. Is a bullish Arami. And then before this guy happens, there are some other patterns here. Like, look at the tweezer bottom. Look at the bullish engulfing. Okay, and then now if you actually miss this entry, maybe you're not in market when all of this happened. This gives you another reasons to jump on the trade. Okay. So in as much as you've been able to spot the pattern, you are now also paying attention to what candlesticks pattern. Very important. Very, very, very important. So let us move to the last pattern here before we jump on the live chart. Now the next one in line is what we have running bottom, cup and handle. Yes. Now the next in line is what we have the rising wedge. The rising wedge. We have that scenario where price is actually making movement to the upside, movement to the upside, to the upside, to the upside, and then you're able to draw your two lines and then pay attention to some certain things. Okay, that's what we're talking about in the more advanced class. You understand? In a more advanced class. Now, this is how you spot a rising wedge. A rising wedge means that price. It happens in the case of a bullish trend. Okay, price is actually, and then please mute yourself, everyone. Everyone, please mute yourself. When we ask questions, that's when you're allowed to. Can you imagine? Okay, so now a rising wedge happens in a bullish trend when price actually, busy making an uptrend. Okay, so rising wedge gives you an opportunity to be able to spot when price is likely to fall. Okay, so there are factors you need to consider here, but then all we're doing tonight is just what recognize these patterns. So we'll begin to use them as we progress in our in our class. Okay, so see how price made movement, and then at the end of the day, see what happened. Price to the downside. The downside. Okay, so this is how you actually locate this chart. Yeah, very, very simple to actually locate on the chart. So so far we've talked about head and shoulder, we've talked about double top, double bottom, rounding bottom, cup and handle, and here we are with what? A falling wedge. Now let us jump on the chart. Let us jump on the chart and see what this guy looks like on the chart. Let's see what this guy looks like on the chart. All right, so let's go to a live chart. All right, so when you're looking out for chart patterns, always go to 1 hour, but 1 hour or 4 hour. Now, note something, a pattern that forms on higher time frame, okay? Patterns that form on higher time frame is the tendency of it playing out is 85%. Chances of it playing out is 85%. So what I normally do, or what I would advise to do, is always look out for these patterns on higher time frame. Even you can go as far as go on daily time frame to look for these patterns. Okay, daily time frame. Now, on this daily time frame, on this pattern, just around this, let me just give you an expo. Oh, wait first. Can someone just look at the chart and tell me where a cup and handle just happens now? This is it. This is 1 day chart. Cup and handle just happened now. Can someone just tell me that?
Please raise your hand if you want to talk. I literally muted everyone. So if you want to talk, raise your hands. I will mute you.
Okay. Can someone just tell us what a cup, if I can actually spot a cup and handle on this daily time frame? Please raise your hand and so you'll be unmuted, and then you can tell me where it is. I'll mark it.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Please, I'm spotting that cup and handle around under that downtrend under the July.
Yeah.
From July.
From July.
Yes,
Okay.
just a curve from there.
Yeah.
That red line under July, a curve from there.
From here.
Keep drawing it.
I should keep drawing.
Keep drawing. Yes. Reaching that one, reaching that $1.
Okay, reaching here. Okay. All right, thank you.
No, getting it at G, at 1G.
Here.
No, from that under July, you extend your curve to that July. Then forming it a cup. Then yes. Yes, that's what I structured. I don't know whether I'm right. Yes, sir.
Someone has raised hand too.
Okay, let another person try. We'll come back to that. Okay.
Hello, good evening.
All right, good evening.
I spotted a cup and handle around that place. You drew a line at your right.
At my right.
There's a line. Yes, you drew a line, red line up.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a cup under here, there and the handle there.
You mean like this?
Yes, and that's the handle. There's a handle there. Yes, then that's the handle.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. Thank you so much.
Are we taking more? I will take more hands.
Okay. Anyone wants to try again? Just maybe one last time.
The last person. Everest, please. Mr. Everest, please unmute yourself.
He's no longer there.
Akim, Mr. Akim, please can you unmute yourself?
I think between
Yes,
October and
I wanted
November.
to. Okay, I have to mute myself. I've just said it. It's what I wanted to say.
Okay, no problem. So, Mr. Akim, you can go ahead, please.
Okay, that area between October, November.
Okay, October, November, yeah.
Yeah, just draw two lines there between October, November.
Okay, between here and here, right? Okay.
Yeah, not right there. Between October, November, then you have a handle just above there.
Here, you mean here?
Yeah. So where you have that, those bearish candles, I see them as a handle. Then to the left side, you have the cup. Not right up there, down a bit. Yes, the handle is around there.
Okay, you mean?
Yes, I see that as a handle. Then the cup to the left side.
Okay.
The handle. Then the cup to the left side.
All right.
No. The first line that you drew, I take it for the handle. Then the left side. Yeah, from where you have the arrow across.
You mean from here? Like this?
Yeah, that is the cup. Yeah, and then the handle. Yeah.
Like
The
this?
cup. Yes, and then the handle.
And his handle?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And this also makes sense too.
Okay.
This also makes sense.
Okay.
Watch out, right? Yeah. All right. So now you see how effective these patterns seems to, like it's actually more effective. You're able to spot these patterns on what? On a higher time frame. So sometimes start with the daily. So if you can't find any reasonable one on the daily, then go to 4 hour, because the likelihood that you get these patterns on higher time frame, your chances of you making your bias playing out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So let's see if we can find another one, and if we can't, we can actually go on 4 hour. And meanwhile, while we are looking out for any pattern we spot, we just say we don't have to be specific about a particular one. Let's just go to 4 hour to make this class very fast, because we really don't have time. So this is 4 hour time frame. Okay, so let me give you an instance of a rising wedge. All right, so we are not yet at the parts where we'll talk about trend lines and support and all of that. But let me just give you a clue of what a rising wedge looks like. Okay, so you can see, I'm drawing my lines now. Let me put this one here. So by the time we talk about trend lines, you understand what I just did there. But just look at this scenario. See how price is busy doing what? Okay, moving. And at the end of the day, what happens? To the downside. Now watch out. Price, this was the low point from here. price made another touch here, okay, and then the third time price got here, price broke down. So we'll talk about trend lines and rules of trend line, then you understand what took place here. Okay, by the time we talk about support and resistance, then you understand what these two lines means. But meanwhile, for the interest of what we are discussing tonight, we're just simply talking about what patterns that forms and how they affect the market. See, this is an example of a rising wedge, and see how price capsized to the downside. Okay, so now this is how you just go about, locating these patterns. Okay, now let's look for head and shoulder, double top and double bottom. Now I would advise that after tonight's class, you can actually go and watch the video again and then back test. Backtesting means go on a chart, go on different time frames, go on different pairs, try and look out for all of these patterns. It will begin to make a whole lot of sense to you. Trust me. And I apply those patterns with candlesticks. Okay, if you have not seen a video on the candlestick, please go back to our channel. I think Queen dropped the link in the description, in the chat box. Okay, so please go on and watch that video on candlesticks. And mind you, you have to stay to the end of this class because we have important information coming up that would interest you, and perhaps we'll change the game for you. All right, so now let us look for, I think I spotted, I don't know why I left. I spotted head and shoulder. All right, now who can tell me where there's head and shoulder here? If you can spot head and shoulder, let's be quick about tonight's class. Please raise your hand if you want to talk. All right, who is B? B, you have the mic, please. You have the mic. B, you have the mic. Mr. B, you have the mic. You can unmute yourself. All right, Cynthia Dean, please go ahead. Queen, please, can you unmute Cynthia Dean so she can talk, please?
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
I'm seeing a head and shoulder. The next 4 hours. Yes. That place you pointed your arrow now.
Yeah.
No. Under 4 heads. On top of 4 heads.
Here.
That week, that green week. Yes. That's my head.
Okay.
Yes, my head. And yes, that's like I'm wrong here.
All right, let me help you out just to save time. Now we have head here, we have left here, and we have right here. Okay, sometimes they are not. That's why I said going on the live charts, gives you a better insight. Sometimes you don't expect them to be on the equal, like equal. Don't expect them to be equal. Okay, like, but I'm saying to you, you're actually right. This is left head, and then this is what the right shoulder. But sometimes this one just sold for a while. Mind you, this is higher time frame, so this actually played out. This actually played out. Well, just few pips, and then before price went away. But look at what happened here. So don't worry, when we begin to talk about other factors, I'll tell you most likely where you will always place your take profit. Okay, once you spot these patterns, you always target a low, the next low. That will be where your profit is. So if you are entered the market from this point, at least you have targeted what? You have targeted is low. Okay, which even came down up to this point here, to this last point, and this low point here. So that we'll be discussing for another day. Okay, all we're doing tonight is just what spots how these patterns looks like on the live chart. All right, so that's head and shoulder. We talked about that. Now let's go up. Let's see if we can actually see a double bottom, or perhaps we can see a rounding bottom. Okay. So let's go on 1 hour time frame. Let's go 1 hour time frame. All of this is what we'll be using all of this as our entry, okay, as our entry basis. When we're deep into technical analysis, I'll be showing you how these guys can actually play a very major role on a lower time frame, 15 minutes, okay, when you have actually had your other confluences. You know how you can actually use this as a entry strategies. These chart patterns, you can use them as entry strategies on lower time frames. I'll be showing you all of that. Now look at this guy. This is what this left, head, and what, and then what, and then right, head and shoulder. Okay, see the neckline. What happened? See how far price went. This is on 1 hour time frame. Okay. Okay, so this is on 1 hour time frame. This is on 1 hour time frame. So let's go. Let's see. I see top. Now look at a rounding bottom here. Okay, so look at the rounding bottom here. All right. See, so mind you, take note that what you see on our PDF, it might not exactly look like. So that is why I said coming on a live chat also would, you know, allow you to spot this. Now look at this rounding bottom. It's actually not a perfect bottom, rounding bottom, but then see what it gives you. Okay, see what it gives you. Okay, so now let us just quickly look at something here before we move on to the next phase. See how price actually did this thing. Yeah. And then is there any reason why we would enter the trade at this point? Is any candle communicating here? The candle is communicating towards a interactive, please. Okay, Madam Cynthia, okay, no, Mr. Julius Olasomi, can you just tell us something? If the candle is actually communicating here, please unmute yourself quickly. Let's make this quick.
Okay, all right. Good evening, everyone. So though I have a question, that was why I raised my hand, but let me just respond to this. So I think at this point,
please, question comes after.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At this point, you can see an higher bullish point angle was building here. So this is, I can see this point you draw the cup.
Here.
Yes, at this point, yes. So at this, at this point, if it's a 15 minutes time frame, you might not be able to see the.
Minutes. Not 15 minutes. I'm talking about here. What is happening here? Please restrict your. Here, this is 1 hour time frame. What is happening around here? I can't just communicating. Are there reasons why you enter this trade here? This point?
Yeah, that is a bullish bouncing at this point.
Okay, thank you very much. Who else? Mr. Akim, can you say something? Oh, no, hold on. Mr. Bemi Sense, PBE. You want to say something? Mr. Bemi Sense, PBE.
Yes, there is a bullish around there.
Yes, thank you. Before the bullish arami, you see how these candles can actually intertwine?
Yes.
Before the bullish arami, there's what? There's a bullish engulfing, right? 1.
Yes.
And 2, a bullish arami, right? So that's this conference, right? Conference. Thank you very much. Now, before this region, let's say we actually envisage, we actually predicted, okay, that this guy is going to form a random bottom. So at this point here, is there any reason why you want to be in the market just within this point here? Because I'm actually seeing something there. At this point here, I've even given you the expo, if you know. I've given you the expo. Mr. Akim, you want to say something? All right, Mr. Agbemi, please, fast. Okay, Mr. Akim, go ahead. Okay, Mr.
Yes,
Akim, hold on, please. Hold on, please. Mr. Festus, you raised your hand. Let's give an opportunity to those who have not answered. Mr. Festus, you want to say something?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear Mr. Francis.
All right. So the reason why I will be projecting to buy here is I am seeing exhaustion of the bearishness. So there is a bullish candle that I've already engulfed before this stop hunt that gives this large bearish candle. So it's a signal that we're already on a bearish angle because there is
Mr. Festus, you're not being specific. Sorry to cut you short. You're not being specific. You are not. I just asked the question. I said, look at where I circled. Just tell me what's going on here.
If it is where you circle, the buyers are taking over because there is a hammer already. And if you ask me the formation there, I'm seeing a morning star formation stuff that are giving me opportunity to look into buy.
Nice one. Yes, nice one. Morning star. I'm seeing combination of different candles. Who wants to try again? Mr. First, thank you so much. You've made a point. One. Let's give another opportunity to someone else. Let's give Mr. Emmanuel Supreme. Please unmute. You want to say something? Mr. Festus has mentioned when he said morning star, right?
Okay. Hello. Sorry, I spotted morning star there and also a bullish harami there.
Thank you. You have mentioned another one. There's a bullish harami. Thank you so much. Who else wants to say something?
And also, sorry. And
also no, just 1 point.
Okay, sorry.
Please, 1 point. Who again? Who else again? Who have not? I'm seeing the hands I'm seeing are just familiar hands.
Akin raised hand before you stopped him. Maybe you can allow him to.
Mr. Akim has answered before. I'm looking for hands now. Okay, Mr. Akim, since there's no other hands that has answered before. That's not answered. Okay, Mr. Akim, go ahead.
Okay. They have given most of the answers that I had, but when I look at besides where you have tackled, you have tackled, there is a rejection from the downside. That candle that has a long wick and
this one.
Yes.
Okay, so what does this mean? Tell us.
A rejection from the downside.
And from the downside to the up. So it tells you that buyers took over, right?
Yes.
Now, what's the name of this candle? This one.
I can't remember the name.
Okay, don't hook. Mrs. Cynthia, you want to say something? Go ahead. Has someone tell us the name of this candle? This is a doji.
A doji. Okay, doji.
Okay. This is an indecisive candle between seller and buyers. You know, sometimes I say candle comes in maybe small form or in a bigger form. All right. It all represents the same thing. All right. So now, who wants to give you? There's another clue I'm seeing here. Who wants to say something? Let's see. Mr. David, yes. New hand. Mr. David, can you just tell us something, please? Mr. David, please, can you unmute yourself?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clear, loud and clear.
Okay. But for me, please, I just want to ask. For me, just the question I just want to quickly ask.
No question until the end. No question until the end of the class, please. Sorry.
It's like maybe because you will not be on this particular chart again. I just want to clear my doubts.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Right. I will be on this chart. I'm not going off this chart. All right. We'll soon take questions. Don't worry. I'm not going off this chart. Mr. Moses Crypto, can you tell us something, please? Please unmute. Mr. Moses, please tell us something. Okay, Mr. Moses is no longer on the call. Mr. Not Smart, please can you say something? Your hand is really stuck. Mr. Not Smart.
Mr. Moses has been unmuted, so he can.
Unmuted. Yes. Okay, Mr. Moses, please go ahead.
Yeah. After the twister button, I can see three white. What's it called? Three white.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Now we have Morning Star 1. We have bullish harami 2.
Twister button.
Double bottom, yeah. Twister bottom. 3.
Yeah.
And also we have what the 3 shining star. Is it three shining star or 3 moving cows or something?
3 white.
3 something. 3 white cows. 3
Yeah.
white cows. White cows, yeah. 3 white cows. Okay. Yes, you're right. So now imagine all of this. Imagine all of this. Trust me. So what other confidence do you want? Imagine the combination of all of this.
That's bullish trend, I guess.
In fact,
they are all pointing towards a bullish trend.
God bless you. They are all pointing towards a bullish trend. So what are you going to wait for when you have all of this information? So all of this just help you build your confidence. Okay, it just builds your confidence for you. Okay, so this is why paying attention to little things. Now, trust me, some other traders will not even know what's going on here. Do you understand? Even this pattern, they won't be able to spot. Because the thing is, they are not paying attention to information. Okay, so you are able to interact with what the candles are telling you on the chart. It's easy for you, regardless of what time frame you are. So if you can actually spot these patterns on higher time frame, then on smaller time frame, that higher time frame has given you a bias, direct market directions. Okay, most likely where price would go. Then you come on lower time frame and come and look for these patterns, and you just take your shot from there, and then you'll be happy. We all know that trading is a game of probability, but then out of every 10 times, you want to be right 8 times or 7 times. Okay, that's what they call consistency. Now, I can actually see another pattern somewhere around here. Can somebody tell me I'm seeing something here? Chart pattern somewhere around here. Can someone just spot pattern somewhere around there? Somebody say you cannot see my screen. I hope you guys can see my screen.
Yes, we can see your screen.
So someone says can't see me. So please, that person should pay attention to his network. Now, people are raising their hands, right? Okay. Oh, Mr. Maxi, can you say something? People are raising hands. Mr. Maxi, please go ahead. Say something. You want to tell us what's going on around here, Mr. Maxi? Something's going on around here. Can actually, Mr. Maxi, can you unmute? We can't hear you, Mr. Maxi. You've been unmuted. Okay, so since he's talking,
I wanted to
okay.
The 3 white soldiers earlier on. So I wanted to mention it, but I wasn't given the chance to speak then.
Okay, sorry, maybe I didn't get to see you on time. Okay, so but something's actually going on here. Please, can someone tell us what's going on here? Somewhere around here. Franco billionaire, or that name carry power. You want to say something? Something's going to a pattern here. I can just spot this pattern here. Something's going on here.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Coach, for the lecture. Yes, I think I can spot a bullish pyramid there.
I'm not talking about the candlesticks. We're going to come back to candlesticks. I'm talking about a pattern forming here.
Okay, I think that should be is a W pattern. No, is it a W? A double top, a double top.
Okay.
Is it a double top? A bottom to like a W pattern there.
Yeah, that's a W pattern. All right, so this is a W. That's a double bottom, right? This is a W pattern.
Double bottom, yes.
And all right, so and if you want to pay attention, we have candlesticks forming. We have morning star. Okay, we have bullish and engulfing candle, and all that. So this is how you actually go on the chart to spot these patterns. Okay, so I want to say that everyone should just, after the class, please go on the chart, look for patterns, look for candlestick confirmations, candlestick patterns, see how they correlate. Okay, go from higher time frame, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, up to 15 minutes. Okay, so somebody said he wants to ask a question. So I will move on to the phase 2 of why we are all here tonight. Somebody wanted to ask a question, if I remember, somewhere around here. Who was that person that wanted to ask that question? Please go ahead and ask now so that we'll move on to the phase 2 of what we are here tonight. Who is the person? Please, Queen, please unmute everybody so that the person can talk. Someone wanted to ask a question. Please go ahead and talk now, so before we move on to the phase 2. Someone someone said he wants to clear his doubt. Who is the person? All right. Okay, so since the person is not forthcoming. All right, so I would like, this is where we're going to for the class tonight. This is where we're going to come to an end for the class tonight. So far we talked about head and shoulder, we talked about double top, double bottom, rounding bottom, cup and handle, and then we talked about rising wedge. So the next time we'll be taking the other part of candlesticks and chart patterns, and then go on the chart to do more of back testing. Okay, so at this point I would like to hand over to Queen to move on to the next stage and the reason why we are all here tonight. All right, thank you everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you very, very, very much, Leader Newton, for the amazing section. We want to appreciate you for all your sacrifices and support. So, and everyone in the Zoom, if you gained value from today's class, can I get in the chat box, I gained value, a lot of value added? Please let's know your response from the chat box so that all of this wouldn't be a waste of time. Let's know you get value. Let's know you get value. So thank you for all your response. Thank you, Leader Newton, once again. So for further questions, you can join our individual groups. I've dropped our channel in the chat box. Please, if you are here and you have not subscribed to our channel, please, we ask that you subscribe to our channel. It does help us a lot. Now we're going to move over to what we have next after the Zoom.